Welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. I'm still your host, and I'm still at home, still surrounded by my family / crew. My wife is right around the corner, getting ready to hand me some props. My dog is, what is he doing? He is eating, what is he eating? He's eating something. Is that paper towel? Why would there be paper towel in there? What is he eating?
The bathroom. He went in the bathroom.
He ate something from the bathroom. It's fine. My son Peter's over here. He's my technical crew. Once again today, you want to wave hi, Pete? Okay, great. Feet tonight. Last night it was hands. We'll eventually get the whole body. Now, you may have noticed that I am still wearing a suit jacket and a tie. It's controversial on my part because yesterday I asked you, my loyal viewers, whether I should continue dressing up in a suit or go casual using the hashtag suit or no suit. The results are in and they are resounding. On Instagram, the vote was 69% in favor of no suit, 31% suit, and on Twitter it was over 71% no suit. That's right, evidently 71% of people have never seen me in casual wear. That includes my wife. But I believe in democracy. So tonight I have decided not to wear a suit from the waist down. You like? Yeah! Pow! Okay, I'll give you a second to fan yourself. Calm down. My wife didn't see me do that. Now, while we're all stuck in isolation, we still want to celebrate the holidays. We still want that human connection, but we have to do it in new ways. Passover Seders are being held on Zoom, Easter egg hunts in the basement, 4th of July fireworks in the breakfast nook. But there's one holiday that I really don't think we need at all right now, and that's tomorrow's holiday, April Fool's Day. Okay, things are weird enough without people pulling pranks. I don't think we need the knuckleheads at Arby's claiming they invented the ham hat. Arby's, we hat the meats. At this point, the only April Fool's joke I want is someone TPing my house, preferably in 2-ply quilted. I have a very sensitive back door. But it's not just holidays, everything changes. Like buying food, the simplest thing. In the olden days, you'd go to the grocery store, you'd buy some stuff, you take it home, put it in the freezer, you're done. Now you've got to treat every can of tuna like it's a moon rock. I can only touch it with gloves, not until it's been through my decontamination airlock, formerly known as my mudroom. I've begun to like the taste of disinfectant on my vegetables. My favorite dish is broccoli a la Clorox. My legal team has informed me I have to inform you that I am joking, obviously. Do not put bleach on your broccoli. That's how you make cauliflower. Let me demonstrate the safe way to handle your groceries, okay? It's simple. Let's just pretend I went shopping for this can of beans. Pete, beans? Okay, got these beans. Now, my hands are contaminated, so I have to assume that the can is contaminated. So I have to spray the can down. All right, so the can is fine, but then again, my hands were contaminated, so I spray them down. Then again, before I sprayed my hands, I held the can, and now the bottle is contaminated. So now I just throw everything away. Bon appetit. Things are expected to get worse before they get better, but here's a bit of good news. It looks like your sacrifice is beginning to pay dividends because new data suggests restrictions are slowing coronavirus infections. It's working. Just keep doing it, America. And by it, of course, I mean nothing. This data comes from some people called Kinza. Evidently, they're the makers of an internet-connected thermometer. And they've been tracking 1 million thermometers to map the areas where people's temperatures are spiking. And last week, after social distancing measures really started to take hold, the company's live map showed fevers holding steady or dropping almost universally across the country. Great job. High five. No? That was a test. Now, despite the good news, the number of coronavirus cases is still growing, and one of the big fears is that hospitals will not have all the equipment they need to save lives. Well, yesterday, it was announced that Ford is going to build 50,000 ventilators in 100 days, and GM is also racing to make their own ventilators. And because they're American car makers, these ventilators will come with 16 cup holders and a pair of truck nuts. Now, you may have noticed, if you watch the show, and I hope you do, that for about the past month, I have not been talking about Donald Trump that much because while he's commander-in-chief, he's just not that helpful. But since he is the president of the United States and he's holding daily briefings to update us on this national emergency, let's check in with how he has addressed this unprecedented crisis.
And we've opened up, whoops, there goes our box. And my hair's blowing around, and it's mine. The one thing you can't get away with, if it's not yours, you got a problem.
Is he done? Did I miss anything? No? Okay. With case numbers rising, the White House has a new statistical model projecting the course of the disease. So let's hear the latest data from the commander-in-chief's hand-picked experts.
A friend of mine, Mike Lindell of My Pillow. Boy, do you sell those pillows? That's unbelievable what you do. Mike, come on up.
God gave us grace on November 8, 2016 to change the course we were on.
Is he done? Okay, good. It's no surprise Trump would introduce the My Pillow guy at a presidential briefing. It's a tradition going back to Harry Truman announcing victory in the Pacific with Chef Boyardee. Now, it's important to acknowledge that My Pillow is dedicating 75% of its production to making face masks for healthcare workers. Thank you, Mike. That is a very good thing. I just wanted to dispel any rumors that those face masks are going to look like this. The coronavirus has changed life as we know it, but it hasn't kept us from enjoying our national pastime, and that's watching movies. With all this time on our hands, people have started really picking apart some of their favorite films and noticing details that, for some reason, they had never seen before. For instance, and this is true, someone on Twitter just discovered that in Little Women, which takes place during the 19th century, there's a scene with both a water bottle and a hydro flask. That is crazy. You don't need two separate containers to hide your vodka. Come on, Timothy. Of course, with social distancing, it's only a matter of time before we catch all of the movie errors. Like this scene in Sound of Music, where Julie Andrews is clearly holding two Big Macs. Or this part in Titanic, where Jack and Rose fly on the prow of a Chevy Silverado. You know, I used to spend a lot of time right over there in the outside, mingling freely and rubbing up against the friends and neighbors of news to bring you the high-risk flesh pit that was my monologue. But these days, I like to stay inside for 14 days, marinating in my own filth to share with you the reheated takeout order of smaller stories that make up my segment. Meanwhile! Following CDC guidelines, I am isolating Meanwhile from the rest of the show in my Meanwhile subsegment, Quarantine While. Quarantine While. We are all finding interesting ways to adapt to our new reality, and one math teacher has taken it a step further by teaching geometry from inside the new VR first-person shooter, Half-Life Alyx. And you thought holding kids' attentions was hard in a normal classroom. Tyler, eyes forward, buddy. Stop choking that head crab with your gravity gloves. Okay, who blew a hole in my torso? Katie, I see you hiding that plasma cannon. Hand it to me. And she blew my hand off. Quarantine While. A lot of businesses are pitching in to help out. For instance, one website that is a hub for all sorts of porn just made all of its content free. That's right, free porn. Not all heroes wear capes. Or condoms, so be safe out there. Pornhub says they're making everything free to encourage social distancing, and also announced that it's donating 50,000 surgical masks to medical workers in New York City. Why does Pornhub have so many surgical masks? And follow-up question, do I want to know? Quarantine While. No matter how much we're assured that supply lines are open and there's plenty of food and other essential needs, people continue to hoard things, which is why when one of my graphic guys, Bill Marco, tried to order toilet paper on Instacart, and this is true, he got a message asking him to choose a replacement for toilet paper and suggested as an alternative this box of printing paper. Go for it, Bill. Pro tip, you can save toilet paper by printing double-sided. Quarantine while. A dog was so excited that its owner was home for quarantine that it sprained its tail from too much wagging. Rolo, a 7-year-old dachshund, has movement from side to side, but he is struggling to lift it up in the air. Don't worry, Rolo. Eventually, that happens to all wieners. Quarantine while. As the country stays home, many people are working remotely on the video meeting app Zoom. It's one of the ways we're making our show right now, actually. But it's causing all sorts of new workplace issues. For instance, one woman forgot she was in a video conference and started pooping. Well, it's been something of an internet sensation. In fact, the video has now been viewed more than 7.5 million times and is available for free on Pornhub. We've got a show tonight. I'm going to Zoom with Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe, or I'm going to try to. It'll be fun and complicated. I'll also be talking to White House correspondent for ABC News and author of Front Row to the Trump Show, Jonathan Karl. Join us.